Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, March 10th. I'm CJ Lemaster, your lead investigative reporter for WLBT and your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update each and every weekday at 1 o'clock. Hope you're doing well today. We have a couple of stories we want to get to. First, of course, today is Election Day, primary election day for congressional elections here in Mississippi. The polls been open now since 7 this morning. Now, in Hinds County, the Election Commission is stepping back, leaving the parties to run today's primaries on their own. You will need a valid photo ID to vote, and since it's a primary, you'll be asked which party you want to vote in. If you encounter any issues at the polls today, the Secretary of State's office has set up a Text My Gov tool to file a report.
If you see anything going on in the precincts, you can automatically reach out to our office. It's a direct connect with our office. So if there's anything going on that you think, man, this doesn't look quite right, we encourage voters to reach out to us to make sure that we're aware of anything going on in the precincts. So then we can talk to the local elected officials to make sure nothing's happening, that we have a good, secure election.
Now, again, the polls will be open until 7 p.m. tonight. You can find your polling place and a sample ballot by using the My Election Day tool at y'allvote.ms. And very important to let you know this, too. If you are in line before 7 p.m., even if the line is very long, you still, by law, are allowed to be able to vote. So if you have any problems, don't hesitate to let the Secretary of State's office know. You can also let us know at WLBT. You can send us an email to news@WLBT.com. You can call the newsroom. Again, here's my email address at the bottom of the screen, coleman.lemaster@WLBT.com. Please let us know if you have any voting issues today, and we certainly want to look into that if they, as those events happen. Hopefully we won't have any problems, but you never know. A Jackson man has been charged with murder after police say he killed a 21-year-old woman on a bicycle in a hit and run. Now, JPD says it was not an accident, and the victim's family agrees. We're talking, of course, about Caitlin Mangum Gast. She had just turned 21. She'd gotten the bicycle as a birthday present March 2nd. 2 days later, police say 57-year-old Shannon Thomas hit her while she was riding the bike. She died and another person was injured. Thomas is now charged with murder, attempted murder, and leaving the scene. His bond set at just north of $500,000 for the victim's family. His arrest is a step toward justice, but they say it does not ease the pain.
Just devastated. Whoever plans, whoever even comprehends having to plan a funeral for a 21-year-old healthy person.
Now, a GoFundMe account has been set up to help cover funeral expenses. It has raised more than $6,000 thus far. She was 2 years old when she vanished, and tonight, the family that never stopped looking for her is finally speaking out, talking to us, talking to reporters. Myra Lewis, we're talking about, of course, disappeared from her Camden home 12 years ago. Her grandmother now coming forward with a theory, a plea, and a message for whoever knows the truth. Our Chris Fields with a 3 on Your Side exclusive. He's got more details now.
For 12 years, Martha Sanders has carried a question no grandmother should ever have to ask. Where is my granddaughter?
It's been difficult at times, it go off our mind, but we've been trying and thinking and talking about it. We never forget about it.
See, Myra Lewis was a little girl who had a smile her family says they will never forget. She was just 2 years old when she vanished from her Camden home March 1st, 2014. And the phone call that changed everything came to Martha Sanders that evening.
She said, my missing, the police and stuff is out here and everything. And I can hear the helicopters and everything were like, by that time, it was like dark time, like 7 o'clock.
And if you were watching the news that week, you may remember this. Search teams on the ground, crews in the air, an entire community refusing to give up.
I just need help on finding her. Whoever have her, just bring her home, please. That's my baby. That's not your baby.
But 12 years later, still no Myra. Sanders believes a family member of Myra's played a role in her disappearance.
I know he had something to do with it. There's no doubt on that.
Now, we took that claim, including the allegation that Myra may have been sold, to the Madison County Sheriff's Office Monday. Spokesperson Heath Hall says everything is still on the table. Sanders also wants to set the record straight about her daughter, Erica, Myra's mother.
Was Erica have alibi? She was never alone that whole day. Never alone. But why didn't they put that in the news? To let people know that Erica had someone with her.
This November, Myra Lewis would have turned 15 years old. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has released its age progression image showing what she may look like today. 12 years of silence, 12 years of searching. This hopeful grandmother is refusing to let the world forget a little girl named Myra.
And again, that was Chris Fields reporting. If you have any information, please contact the Madison County Sheriff's Department. Of course, family still waiting and hoping for the best there 12 years after that just unspeakable tragedy. We got a couple of folks watching right now from our on our Facebook live stream. Catherine Brown watching from San Diego. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm sure San Diego has much more pleasant weather than we've seen this week. Certainly. Hope you're doing well. Dana Cummins Creighton from Washington State is watching today. Hope you're doing well. Susan Perkins saying, Heavenly Father, bring her home in regards to Myra Lewis. And you know, that it's still just incredibly difficult to believe. And it has been something that I know the last couple of times we've talked to Sheriff Tucker, Randy Tucker over in Madison County, he's talked about how that is still the one case that still gets to him every time. And so I can't imagine if that's how it's impacting him. I just can't imagine what the family is going through. And glad the grandmother shared her thoughts with us. Britt watching from Kosciuszko. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well, Britt. Jan Gibbons Hendon saying good morning. Hope you're doing well, Jan. Cindy Thompson watching from Bassfield, and James Drew offering prayers for Myra Lewis's family. We've got one more story we want to get to, and it's something that we've been talking a lot about this past year in terms of efforts to fight the blight in Jackson. Well, now there's another solution from a councilman that he's proposing. Of course, if you live in Jackson, chances are you've seen buildings terrorized by squatters. They move into your neighborhood, damaging, destroying properties there. Councilman Ashby Foote says squatters are breaking the law when they trespass and break into these buildings. He wants a task force that would arrest squatters whenever this happens. It's a proposal some of you think is a step in the right direction.
I think it'll be a reduction. I don't think it'll halt it, because there's always someone that's going to try to outbeat or outwork the system. But I do feel as if they start sending a signal saying, hey, I'm just going to randomly show up. If I see you, you're arrested. I think that'll be some type of incentive in a way to say, hey, you know what? If I do it, then I'm going to get arrested too, so I won't do it. I think that will minimize it.
We have to be proactive and set up the right set of rules, whether it's an ordinance at the city level or it's a state level, to make sure that the perpetrators of these actions realize there's consequences. Right now, I don't think they think there's consequences for breaking into an empty building and doing whatever they want to do there, and oftentimes undermining the value of that building.
The Councilman Foote says he wants the task force to consist of people from the city, law enforcement, state legislature, the county, and landlords. He plans to have something ready to bring before the council by June. And we don't know whether or not the council has addressed any of this today. It wasn't on the agenda per se, but the council, Jackson City Council, had a regular meeting starting this morning at 10. And of course, we're covering that. We've got complete coverage of that and of course many other of the day's stories starting at 4 p.m. on our local newscast on air and online, of course, here on our OTT platform. Bo Jeffcoat saying, love my Mississippi roots from Katy, Texas. And listen, that's Katy, Texas. It's a little bit of a drive, a little ways there, but appreciate the Mississippi shout out. Natalie Bolden saying, praying for her family from Los Angeles because my friend is a squatter in her house right now in Washington. Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem that's exclusive to Jackson, that's for sure. And, you've got a lot of areas of the country, particularly in the New York area, where the rules allow for squatters to even be able to if they've been in the property long enough, they can just basically have claim squatters' rights to the property. And we've seen a lot of that. So certainly that's something that they're hoping to get off the ground here. And as they move forward, or if they move forward, of course, we will report that. That is all the time we've got for this edition of the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update for your Tuesday. Bo getting back to me. 8 hours plus. Yeah, that's a good little drive. It's about 4 hours to see my family up in the North Mississippi, almost in the Tennessee area, Northeast Mississippi. So 8 hours is a little bit of a stretch, but if you like driving, it's not so bad. We appreciate you, everybody, for watching today and getting in on the conversation with us. A little bit of interactivity on this Tuesday. Our First Alert weather team will be in here at 2:30 to give you an update on the rest of the week. We have a First Alert weather day tomorrow because of the threat of storms. So you definitely want to tune in for that. For everybody here at WLBT News, I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update. We appreciate you and hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday.